It's all right. It's all right. You look really good. Glad you can make it out. Sorry.
I was just wondering.
Good morning, everyone. Just for the record, this is a really well-behaved group. We are starting just a couple minutes students' instructions because everyone's quiet. So we're going to make a little noise now. Welcome again to the beautiful Chesapeake Foundation Bay location. Isn't this just amazing? I know we have the shades down now, but come brunch, which follows the sports program, the shades will go up. So you'll get to see the view a little bit more. So my name is Joanne Dorval. I'm president of Brendan Sailing. It is really an honor to be here with you today to celebrate all the accomplishments of our Brendan sailors. They have done a great job year after year, and 2019 was no different. So we'll do a lot of applauding here today, so please don't hold back. Enjoy. Just a few logistics before we get started. There are restrooms behind the doors in the back of the room. If you need to get out of this room, you obviously have a number of doors. I can't imagine you need to do that unless you want to go to the sunshine a little bit more. If you need to stand up and stretch, please do so. And of course, we're in auditorium style seating. If you get thirsty, the bar's in the back. Juices and champagne and a little bit of water if you need that too. So now, with no further ado, let me introduce you to the man of the millennium. During the practice rehearsal, I said man of the year, and I was chastised for that. So man of the millennium, Jim Muldoon, chairman of Brendan Sailing.
Well, I've done this a few times before, 3.5 decades. Yeah, I don't look that old, do I? I didn't hear anybody say no. Okay, well, it's a great treat to be here, and especially I also like being here in the Chesapeake Bay Foundation. I'm a real fan of the Chesapeake Bay Foundation. Even worked with Will Baker, their head, on a project for 6 months. And I think they've done an awful lot to save this bay of ours. So I think it's really nice to be here in the first black building in the United States of America. Every year, our kids sail here from Annapolis to find out more about the environment and what they need to do to be more responsible. And I think that's a good thing to teach any kid. To officially welcome us, I'd like to introduce Mr. David Tucker, who is the Foundation Director's major giving boss.
You're promoting me.
Come on, Dave, tell us about it.
Thank you all so much, and thank you, Chairman Muldoon, for that wonderful welcome and for the tremendous support you and Linda provided to the Chesapeake Bay Foundation over the years. We really, really appreciate that. As Mr. Muldoon said, my name is David Tucker. I'm the Director of Major Giving for the DC Metro region. So I'm normally out in our office in Washington, DC, not here, enjoying the tremendous view that you all have here in Annapolis. As I told Mr. Muldoon and Joanne, we charge extra for the view and for the wonderful weather today. So I hope you all definitely enjoy that. Chesapeake Bay Foundation, for those of you that don't know, our mission is to save the bay. And we do that through environmental education, environmental advocacy, conservation work, and then when all else fails, litigation. So those are our 4 pillars of our organization. And when Joanne and Mr. Muldoon approached me about hosting this event here, I could not think of a better organization to help and partner with than Brendan Sailing, because the core mission of both of our organizations really focuses on environmental education and getting kids out into the environment and experiencing it. And that firsthand experience can be so impactful on those kids' lives, not just in educating them, but also providing them with the confidence and life skills that they need to be successful in the future. So I thought this was just a tremendous opportunity for us to support an organization that is doing so much to help educate kids and in a joint mission to save the bay. So we really, really appreciate that. One of CBF's boats is a 118-year-old skipjack. So we do have sailing incorporated as well. With Stanley Norman, if you ever get a chance to go out on that, please do, or please contact me. I'd be happy to set you up to get out on that. We're going to show a quick video here about CBF, just highlighting some of the work that we do and also showing you how you can help make an impact in the bay as well. So I hope you have a tremendous time here at the Philip Merrill Environmental Center. As Mr. Morgan said, this is the world's first LEED Platinum building. So there'll be some talk about sustainability and helping the environment later on in the program. So pay attention to those synergies that are happening. And welcome. I hope you have a great time, and congratulations to all of today's awardees.
And it's not a bad place to sail. Thank you so much, I appreciate it very much. In the last couple of years, we've integrated more about saving our land and saving our waters into our program. And going forward, we want to really deliberately put that into every aspect of our program. To help us do that, we reached out to a friend of the program who is the master educator for a company called Leave No Trace. Leave No Trace is an organization that educates people on outdoor behavior to help us protect our environment and enjoy our outdoors. John Rolfe is here today with us. John, stand up. There you are. Thank you for all your support. We're happy to have you with us today. You'll learn a little more about our plan about Brendan's environmental stewardship a little bit later in the program. As you know, Brendan is all about kids, but there's a lot that we couldn't do with Brendan if we didn't have a lot of really good support. We have a number of generous support sponsors, partners, donors, affiliate organizations that support us throughout the year. We are so grateful for their generosity and we want to make sure that we thank them. We're especially grateful to our partners who provide us with in-kind things that are necessary for us to operate. Charlie and Joanne, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Of course. I'll start off with thanking our Brendan hosts. These are organizations that give to us free of charge their facilities for us to run our camps at. We wouldn't be able to do what we do without their support. The first is Annapolis Sailing School, our home for more than 30 years. I'd like to thank Rick Nelson and his wife Jenny, owners of the school, who have continued to contribute to us in this way. St. Mary's College of Maryland. Since 2006, our residential program has happened down at St. Mary's College of Maryland, and I'd like to thank Lex Burney, chair of the St. Mary's Board of Directors. And our newest host has been DC Sail, where we have a large group of kids from DC program that operated there. It was new this year, and I'd like to acknowledge Brian McNally, the executive director, for allowing us to use his docks, and we're excited about it. We also have many individual donors, supporters in general, contributors, grantors. It's really great to have a wide variety of organizations that support us. So we'd like to say thank you to them as well. You'll see their names in the program. If you run into anyone who's representing them, please thank them on our behalf. And we look forward to expanding our program in the years to come. Thank you again to everyone for all your support.
And then what they get done and what they've done is really amazing. What they're going to do is really pretty amazing. So thank you to all of our sponsors and helpers for letting us help serve these youth with learning differences and make a difference in their life. That's really important. Now it's time for a couple of highlights from our 2019 program. Charlie?
I got it.
Okay.
So 2019 was a great year. We were full for our first session in Annapolis. We had a couple of new things with the model boat racing. We got to go on the woodwind in the second session. It was a really fantastic time. And we had good weather this year. I don't know if you recall, anyone here last year, we had a lot of trouble getting out on the water. We had returning staff. And I'd like to recognize, I know Evan is here, Evan McCarthy. Thanks very much. So Maddie was going to try and make it, but I don't see her. We have a couple of new things coming up in 2020. So we do have the camp dates published now. And a lot of parents have asked about, oh, I can't do the whole second session. Can we do 1 week? And we can always accommodate, but we thought, are we missing folks by not offering that option? So for second session, we will have 1 week sessions, ideally for kids that have taken the first session this year or in past years. But it's helpful to accommodate the 4th of July holiday or other camps that kids are in or family vacations. And we're doing a lot more marketing. We got a grant early this year, so we're putting that $3,000 into marketing, because as many kids as we served this year, we had a lot of empty spots at camp, so we want to fill those spots. We're going to be doing some paid advertising as well as going to camp fairs. So we have 4 camp fairs in the DC, Baltimore area on our calendar. If you have any interest in being an ambassador for Brendan Sailing, call me up and come to a camp fair with us. You can explore all the other camps for your non-time when you're in Redmond, and then kind of give your account of what Brendan was like for you. As a camper or as a parent of a camper, you can assure either a kid or a parent that this is a really good option for them to participate in. Something that I can't necessarily do as the director. We also are offering an incentive for ambassadors. If you sign up for camp and bring a friend with you, you'll get $50 off your camp fee. So if you're thinking about, there's a friend that you sail with or go to school with or know from another camp or from the neighborhood, talk to them about Brendan and let them know you had a good time and it's a fun camp to get involved in. So that's my report, sir.
Thanks, Charlie. It's been a good year, and I think we're making a lot of good progress. Today we're going to present 7 awards. And we changed the order a little bit this year. When we announce an awardee, we want them to come up and get their award. But then we want them to sit down in one of these chairs here up front that's named after their award. Does anybody in this room not know who Brendan is? No? You guys know who Brendan is?
Never heard of.
He's an Irish monk who with 6 other Irish monks in a 26-foot leather boat discovered America 800 years before Columbus. So there. Now you know. We're going to open the awards today with the Hill Award, named for Valerie Hill, one of my greatest, dearest friends, who managed the Brendan program for 20 years and quite frankly paid for a chunk of it that I never knew about for 20 years. I'm going to ask Rick Frankie, a Brendan board member who worked with Valerie for years, to come up and make this award presentation. Rick?
Thank you, Jim, and I hope everybody can hear. I usually don't have a problem projecting. Okay, we're doing fine. First of all, I'd like to welcome you all to the award ceremony, since I'm kind of the kickoff guy here, and Jim is accurate when he says that I did work with Valerie a few times in the early days of Brendan. And I just wanted to make a couple of observations that it takes many people to make a program like Brendan work. In addition to the on-water instructors and staff who get all the glory, it takes leaders ashore to organize, plan, and meet the logistic challenges of making Brendan happen. In the early days of the Brendan program, Valerie Hill was a tireless volunteer leader, and this award is named in her honor. The Hill Award is Brendan's longest standing award, recognizing an individual who made truly outstanding contributions to support Brendan's sailing program implementation. This year's volunteer was central to the success of our newest Brendan home DC sail, located in Southwest Washington. He wholeheartedly supported the after-school sailing program, attended most of the sailing sessions, and joined the students out on the water periodically. He shared his enthusiasm for our program with other visitors on the docks at DC Sail, and even gave a great video testimonial for Brendan. His leadership and the enthusiasm of his students helped everyone achieve success in our after-school program. Terrible when you can't read your own handwriting. This year's Hill Award winner understood the core principle of enjoying the outdoors while treating the environment with kindness. Our honoree is Major Luke Wright. Congratulations, sir, on being this year's Valley of the Hill Award winner. On behalf of the Brendan Corporation, congratulations. Okay, thank you. I'm not used to talking to folks I can see. Usually on the radio, all I'm talking to is a microphone. So thank you for your attention, and I'll give you back to the chair.
Thank you, Rick, and thank you for bringing Barbara with you. Thank you for your ongoing support of our program. We sure appreciate it. Were you surprised?
Very surprised.
Yay! Okay, our next award is the Molly Mahoney Award. recognizes volunteers who go above and beyond to support the Brendan program at St. Mary's. It's named after a very successful woman who is also a past chairman of St. Mary's College. And she's been a long time supporter of our program. Molly has a family commitment today, so she couldn't be with us.
Right, yeah.
So she has asked our president, Joanne, to make this award for her. Joanne?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, Rick, I can usually read my own handwriting, but I can't read without glasses, So the Brendan family has been very fortunate to have attracted truly remarkable people to be volunteers for the program. People that have a passion for the water, for safety, and especially for kids on the water. This year's Mahonia winner exhibits many of the fine qualities that the people around her revere. She is selfless, generous, and truly cares for boaters on the water and on the land. When she developed a nationwide curriculum to get youth out on the water, we knew Brendan would eventually benefit from that, and indeed we have. Every summer for the last several years, this woman has come to St. Mary's and helped train, through the Spirit of America program, our Brendan campers. She spent countless hours with them, training them individually, and even helping them achieve success in gaining their Maryland State voter card. She's also really good when things get a little tight and a little crazy. She's really good at putting out fires. So we love to have her around. So Cecilia Dewar, please come up.
Okay. Before we go with the next award, I want to recognize a special guest today. He's done so much to help people through sailing. Paul Bollinger, Executive Director of Chesapeake Region Accessible Boating, CRAB, is here today. CRAB is a nonprofit that was started in 1991. It provides opportunities to experience the thrill, freedom, and therapeutic value of sailing to those with disabilities, recovering warriors, and youth from at-risk communities. They serve over 1,000 people every summer. So with our similar mission, we've been exploring ways for Brendan to partner with CRAB and look forward to establishing a fruitful relationship in the future. Paul, would you please stand up and be acknowledged? All right. Our next award is the Dorval Award. It's a name you're probably familiar with. This awardee is selected by the Brendan Board of Directors for his or her overall contribution to the success of the Brendan program. This year we've asked one of our board members, Roberta Wilson, to present this award. Roberta?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For 3 decades, Brendan Sailing has had the privilege of operating at 2 different homes in Maryland. When we decided it was time to expand our reach to help more kids with learning differences in Washington, D.C., this person welcomed us with open arms. For years, he has spearheaded a tight, environmentally friendly operation in sometimes challenging conditions, with litter washing into his area and blowing off the seawall onto the docks. Understanding the value of serving the community using our Brendan approach, he enthusiastically opened his organization's door and the gangway to us so that we can offer the Brendan Sailing Program in Washington, D.C. So Brian McNally of DC Sail, the Brendan Sailing Board of Directors has selected you as this year's Dorval Award winner for all you have done to support the expansion of Brendan Sailing into Washington, D.C. Please come up and join me.
Let me catch up here. Well, I'd like to take a second though before we go on to ask the Brendan board members to stand up, and we want to thank them for all that they do. Come on, guys, stand up. This is one great group of people doing a great job. Okay, the next award, the Lohman Award. When we established the Lohman Award, we were all so happy to know that we would be saving our navigator, Kurt Lohman's legacy. And it would live on through the partnership between the Donnybrook family and the Brendan family. And the Brendan people, the Donnybrook people offer a lot of mentoring opportunities to our sailors. This year, I would like Brendan board member and my wife, Mr. Kessler, to present the Lohman Award. Linda?
Good morning, everyone. So as Jim said, the Lohman Award is named after Kurt Lohman, our longtime navigator, friend, all-around great American, and a remarkable human being who not only saved the Donnybrook from some mishaps from time to time, he also worked on the most recent Donnybrook tirelessly. He not only did research to find the boat, he went out to California many times, he negotiated the sale of the boat, he navigated the murky waters of renovating the boat. I don't think you call it that, modifying the boat. Sorry, I'm renovating something like that. And was just such a support and dear friend to us. And so many people have asked, where is Donnybrook? And for some of the kids and parents out there that might not know, Donnybrook has had a wonderful, long, and illustrious career sailing and winning races all over the world. Jim has taken 5 Donnybrooks, campaigns with 5 Donnybrooks over the years. I think I've been around for most of them. Bigger and bigger each time with a deeper keel and a taller mast. Unfortunately, our most recent Donnybrook experienced some difficulties in the last couple of years, but we were able to find it a great home with mud racks up in Connecticut. So some of you have been wondering where it is. And what's so wonderful about that is it really embodies not only the Donnybrook mission, but also the Brendan mission for teamwork and building youth sailors. So they get young people out on the water doing kind of longer, more involved racing on bigger boats. And so we're so pleased that Donnybrook has found a home there, although we dearly, dearly miss her, I know. So the Kurt Lohman Award this year is going to a shipmate, friend, partner for Donnybrook. And I know that Kurt would be so proud, and we are so proud this week to award the Lohman Award to Roberta Wilson for all of her tireless work getting us money, resources.
Thank you, Linda, and thank you for all your support from friends over all these years. Over the years, the Donnybrook crew and have done a lot of activities with the Brendan kids. we had them go out and watch the start of the Wednesday night race, and they got to spend the night on the boat, and they really liked that. The Donnybrook crew members mentoring with the Brendan youth took them and were with them at the Special Olympics down in St. Mary's, which was a good thing for them to see. And last year, the crew held a model sailboat race, you know, to automatically to the shore. And that was during Brendan Camp, and they really liked doing that. And I think I should mention that I think Baby Donnybrook won that race. Nobody has argued with me. Yeah, we had a lot of Donnybrooks. People kept asking me why I kept getting bigger Donnybrooks, and I said, "You're not supposed to have a boat shorter than your chronological age." That was the way I got away with it. One of the core things that we do together with them too is the Hospice Cup, the Hospice Donnybrook Brendan Award. Scott Anderson of Hospice is here. Scott, stand up. Thank you for continuing to make this award possible. It's designed to get big boats, to get more younger people out sailing. Thank you very much, Scott.
Thank you.
Now, okay. First award, the No Guts, No Glory Award. No Guts, No Glory is the name of the boat of two people that have been involved in helping Brenda for over 3 decades. Jeannie and Howard Klutz, and I know a lot of you know them. Todd Lochner, who's a Brendan board member also, and who had as his first job being a Brendan instructor, is going to give that award out this year. Todd?
Good morning. Today's first student award is given each year to a sailor who contributes to the Brendan program through the following. 1, a very positive attitude and an extreme eagerness to sail, above and beyond eagerness, and of course the eagerness to learn. This year's awardee is one of only a few who participated in all of the Brendan summer programs this year. Initially, quite shy, we saw him grow from an uneasy beginner to a confident sailor through the 7 weeks of camp. He became the go-to crew person on all the sailing excursions. He excelled in sail trimming, and most importantly, was considered by everyone a great team player. In addition to sailing our dinghies, he took the helm of a tall ship with glee. He also gave the dorm life a try. He enjoyed a wide variety of activities at St. Mary's College campus, and he had the most commuting hours to and from camp of anyone in the camp, so kudos to his parents for that. Nicholas Miller, our world-class
I think I should take a second to introduce the inspiration for the Brendan program. Jimmy Muldoon, stand up, Jim. Papers keep getting mixed up. Okay, thank Thank you, Todd. Thanks you for bringing Maria with you today. Before the next award, I'd like to recognize an individual who continues to donate his energy and talent to help Brendan Salem. Brian Dorval, stand up, Brian. In the back. Founding partner of Think First Serve is here with us once again. Brian, thanks for all you do to assist us in our strategic planning and everything else that you help us do. We really appreciate it. Now for the Jerry and Catherine Wood Award. This award is named for the longtime owners of the Annapolis Sailing School, who originally gave Brendan a home. And it's a home that continues today. The current owners, Rick and Jenny Nelson, have extended that same generosity for years, providing us with a fantastic home. Rick Nelson, would you please join us to present the Wood Award?
Well, as Jim said, it's quite appropriate that I'm here to give the Jerry and Kathy Wood Award. Jenny, who was actually an instructor at the sailing school back in the 80s, and now is owning it with me. We inherited a great thing. We found out that on our beach, Brendan Sailing was operating a wonderful program. And it's my honor today to give the Wood Award, which is for the entry-level camper in St. Mary's program. That's had not only a positive impact on themselves, but on their fellow students in the program overall. And this year's camper had a tremendous amount of enthusiasm, so much so that she came up from St. Mary's to participate in the Woodwind cruise in Annapolis before being a day camper. And she was noted in the program as being a favorite both as a crew member and a skipper with her fellow campers. And something I'm sure the instructors appreciated was great at de-rigging the boat and cleaning it out before returning it, kind of like the Clean Plate Club, I guess, in a camp. But not many people do it, but this year's recipient certainly did. So I'd like to say thank you to Melina Ashwood
Thank you, Rick, and thank you for your considerate support. We really appreciate it. I wish everybody would give you a way. Okay. For our final award, we're going to present the Arthur Burney Award to the St. Mary's Advanced Sailor. Lex Burney, the son of Art Burney, owner of Port Annapolis, will present the Burney Award. Lex, please do it.
Good morning or afternoon, I'm not sure what it is. It's a great pleasure to be here on behalf of my dad, who is unable to be here. But the Arthur Burney Award is given to a St. Mary's sailor who demonstrates a clear love for sailing and for the Chesapeake Bay. The sailor who wants to learn always contributes and continues to grow as a sailor. So it's in that context and in honor of my dad that I thought I would bring forward a poem that I hope this sailor will enjoy and always remember, and that I think will speak to everybody who's interested in sailing and the health of the Chesapeake Bay and many of the things that we've talked about today. Many of you are probably familiar with it. It's my dad's favorite poem. It's called Sea Fever by John Masefield. I must go down to the seas again, to the lonely sea in the sky, and all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. And the wheels kick, and the wind song, and the white sails shaking, and a gray mist on the sea's face, and a gray dawn breaking. I must go down to the seas again, for the call of the running tide is a wild call and a clear call that may not be denied. And all I ask is a windy day, and the white clouds flying, and the flown spray, and the blown spume, and the seagulls crying. I must go down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life, sure we can all respond to that, to the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. And all I ask is a merry yarn from a laughing fellow rover, and a quiet sleep and a sweet dream when the long trick's over. So this camper has spent several summers with us at St. Mary's College. He's earned the respect of his fellow sailors as a good friend who's happy to help whenever asked. Not only has this camper excelled on the water, he's well known for his mastery of games and his creativity in projects. And this summer, he also overcame his fear of the wildlife we encounter when sailing, learning to respect jellyfish. In 2017, this camper was honored with the Wood Award, and now we recognize his growth as a sailor by presenting him with the Bernie Award for contribution to the Brendan program at the advanced level. Congratulations, Jack Whalen. You are this year's Bernie Award winner.
Now, in that poem, you had something about flapping white sails. Well, my crew did that on yellow. Okay, Lex, thank you so much, and thank you for your ongoing support, you and your family. That's really great. You've noticed a lot of references today to the environment, and we, of course, did that intentionally. At the beginning of the program, we mentioned our intention to be more deliberate about organizing stewardship, our environmental stewardship. We also mentioned the organization Leave No Trace. Charlie, can you tell them what our plan is for that?
We're almost done, you guys. Hang in there, okay? So down at Bendy Beach, when I got there a few years ago, we eliminated single-use water bottles, made all the campers bring water bottles. We've got a big kilo of water. We had a red bucket, and every morning we'd go down and we'd do dawn patrol, shore patrol, and we would fill the bucket with any trash we found. Kind of a cool thing is the bucket got less and less full. I think people are being more respectful of not throwing things overboard or throwing things in the street, not realizing that your street leads to the bay. And all of our programs operate off of Chesapeake Bay or its waterways. So the whole saving the bay is really important to us. So what we wanted to do was be at the forefront of protecting parks, trails, and waterfronts. Leaving No Trace promotes 7 principles and a host of resources that will help us do that, to be better stewards for the environment. Mr. Muldoon mentioned we threaded these 7 principles through our 7 awards. So your award winners, if we give you the script of what you were awarded for, like Cecilia was putting out fires. We only have a fire down at St. Mary's, a campfire. We don't have them on the beach here. And one of our kids was cleaning up their boats, leaving no trash behind. So we try to weave these principles into everything we do, and we try to weave them into our award winners today. We're going to be incorporating Leave No Trace principles into our curriculum, so you'll be seeing that this summer. We will also be applying to be accredited by Leave No Trace. So I was talking to Evan McCarthy and telling him about it because it was a surprise, and he knows all about it from his Boy Scout days. So we're really excited to make this a formal initiative of what we've been doing anyways. So let's take a look at Leave No Trace.
I'm thankful for the outdoors for giving me purpose.
I'm thankful for wide open spaces.
I'm thankful for awesome trails that I can run in.
I see squirrels and caterpillars.
Thankful for the escape from the city. Thankful for wilderness because it makes me feel like my best person.
Thankful for the outdoors because it provides inspiration.
I'm thankful for snowy mountains to ski on.
Beautiful wilderness.
I'm thankful for plants
I'm thankful for majestic mountains, alpine lakes, sagebrush prairie, and grasslands galore.
I'm thankful for the peacefulness of trails.
I'm thankful for the sound of moving water.
We're thankful for the switchback takers, the orange peel pecker outers, the cowhole diggers, the wildlife respecters, the leave no chasers. We're thankful for you. Protect what you're thankful for. Join, renew, or donate today.
I want to make sure that everybody understands that this is all about some really good young people whose self-confidence and self-image have been enhanced by sailing, and it has served them so well over time. And we will continue to do that and to keep our eye on that because that's what it's all about. Hope you enjoyed the program today. Let's give the award winners another round of applause. You guys are good at clapping. Before we take pictures, our board member, Mark After, where's Mark? Hey, Mark does great stuff for us all the time. Thank you. We'd like Charlie to tell you what's next.
All right, so as we said, we're going to enjoy a sit-down brunch, but that sit-down brunch is going to happen in this room. So the first thing I need is, except for you three, all of the campers, all of the DC kids, everyone to follow David. He's going to take you upstairs and show you some really cool Chesapeake Bay critter things. So everyone up and follow him right now. All right. And so what's going to happen now, after these guys leave, we got to turn this room into a dining room. So what we ask is, we're going to be taking pictures with you 7, so you stay here. And everyone else, please get up, exit to the side, and there's a brunch happening in the other room. Slowly get your plates, and by the time you come back, there will be tables magically appearing here. If you leave something on your chair, that's okay. You'll just need to find it when you come back. So if you'll exit stage right, exit over here, exit to the right out the glass doors, and go into the room. Okay?
I got it. I know my brother. You remember that, right? I don't remember either.
Should we get this one out from behind here? No.
Charlie, we're gonna add you to the photo.
I'm like as far as I can go. I'm gonna move. I'll just move the camera.
Let me just slide this over.
Yeah, I definitely didn't want to knock it over. That'll work. Perfect. Thank you so much. No, you are not at all.